Yo, what's up, guys? Are you guys tired of working? I know I am a little bit. I'm just constantly putting in the work. I'm tired of all the long hours. And, sometimes some of these shifts, they don't line up with my real life schedule. They don't line up. And all I really want to do today is give some tips and tricks on how to survive the workplace. Just a little runner down on some things you can try to maybe make your life a little bit easier. Okay? So number one, this is very important for those of us who get sick a lot. Usually when you get sick, oh man, it's kind of bright. Usually when you get sick, your first instinct is, if it's bad enough, I guess, to call in sick. Those of you who have paid sick days, you're super excited to jump the gun and call in sick. And maybe you don't even feel guilty because you actually are sick. A lot of people, they kind of just use theirs whenever. Okay, and so, oh my god, I'm gonna have to turn this on. Sorry for the background beeping noise, but it's just too hot. I need some AC. You're excited to just use your sick days and get them over with and take the day off. Don't do that. I'll tell you why. Number one, unless you physically are unable to do your job, or mentally. If it's that bad, then yeah, maybe take a sick day. But if you are able to squeak through, go to work sick. I know, you probably never heard that, but go to work sick. Who would give such terrible advice? Number one, and this is the first part. You are going to work sick, so you're already not feeling well. Because, you're like, oh, why would I go to work? If you were stayed at home, you're still gonna feel unwell. And unless your job is like, handing out candy in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, you're not going to enjoy the day anyway. You're not going to enjoy being at work. So if you're already 100% not going to have a good day, you might as well get, paid. You might as well get paid. And so you're thinking, oh, well, if I have a paid sick day and I took the day off, I'm still going to get paid regardless. But you don't understand. You're still going to have a bad day. You're still going to have a bad day. So why don't you spend that sick day, the paid sick day, on a day when you aren't sick? Because then, instead of it being a bad day, it can become an awesome day. Oops, my freaking thing is on way too long. Okay? That's number one. So number one, you're already going to have a bad day regardless. So you might as well just spend your bad day at work because it would have been a bad day anyway. Number two, you're going to work sick. You're probably going to get some other people sick. Your coworkers, maybe your boss. Okay? These are not bad things, guys. Listen. You get your coworkers sick, all of a sudden they need coverage because they called in sick. Okay? They're not like you. They're not tough and cool and strong. Oh, I need my sick day now because I'm super sick. So what do? You pick up their shift. Okay? Especially when you have a higher up. Because when you have a higher up, they have better shifts than you, presumably. Okay? Better hours, probably fits better into your schedule. Okay? So guys, don't let this skip by you. These tips, write them down. Don't forget. Okay? So number two, you're getting your coworkers sick. Your boss is sick. Maybe you don't like your boss. Well, guess what? You don't have to see them for the next week because they're sick. Okay? Bosses aren't scared of taking sick days. They'll take, 30 if they can. So that's number two. You get all these new shifts to work. Okay? You don't like your current shifts? Give them to someone else. Get your boss sick. Get your supervisor sick. Okay? Number three, you will feel like a beast when you get home. It's true. You'll feel like an absolute beast, an absolute legend. Because you just went to work sick. You didn't give two fucks. Okay? You didn't give two fucks and you got the job done. You got the paycheck. You got people sick at work. And you still keep your sick days. Okay? So, you will feel very good about yourself. Okay, people say, oh, I go to the gym, it makes me feel better, or bullshit like that. I just ran 10K, it took me an hour, I feel so great now. Those are hours wasted. You could have been making dough. You could have been making actual progress. Okay? You know what makes me feel good? Getting other people sick so that I can take their shifts, so I can make more money. Boom. Okay? Hopefully you guys are locked in, listening, taking notes. So, just a bit of a recap here. Number one, you should not take a sick day. You need to go into work sick, okay? Because save your sick day, especially if it's paid, for when you just don't want to go to work. Because then you want to have fun. Your friends are like, let's go, what's something PG? Let's go play date. You want to come over for a play date? We'll have 2-bite brownies. We're gonna have juice. We're gonna have beer. Like, hell yeah, I want to come. All you got to do is be free, blah. And then you're like, well, fuck, I'm not free on that day. Now you are. You're sick. Okay? And for any employers watching this is satire. But for everyone else, so that's kind of the first trick I have in the workplace. More of, well, and also, when I say sick, I kind of just mean like you have a cold. If you have anything, very serious, maybe you should just call in sick, because if you throw up at work or something, that day went from bad to awful. And you don't want to go into awful, because then it'll spread out and it'll make the days around that day worse too. It'll make, like, if you have a really bad Monday, then the Tuesday will probably be bad as well. It'll just kind of, spread. I guess I can turn off the AC now. Maybe you guys can hear me better. Okay, my second kind of non-sick day related tip for the workplace. And this one, it's kind of situational, but it's be a good coworker. Be a good coworker. It's simple, it's easy. Because what will happen when you're a good coworker is it's simple. You will, first of all, your coworkers will like you. This is vital. You need your boss to like you. You need to be his top guy. He needs something done, he goes to you. That's the type of thing you need. Well, not quite. You don't want to be the top guy, you just want to be near the top. Because if you're the top guy, then he's always going to ask you to do stuff, and you don't want to do that. You need to constantly put others down around you. Oh yeah, I'm scratch that. That could go wrong quick. Just be aware of who the chillers are and who are not, because you don't want, that was in bad taste what I said earlier. Put your coworkers down. Don't put your coworkers down. Just be aware of which ones are a little suspicious. They call HR, they throw you in the bin, you're done. Anyway, what other tips do I have for the workplace? If you get injured at work, I need you to be cool. If you get injured at work, I need you to be cool like a cucumber. Okay, don't go around pounding. I hurt myself. Because it's, if I'm being honest, it's probably not the job site's fault. It's not your employer's fault you got hurt. That's your fault. So own up to it. If it's something super serious, like you lost your arm, then I guess, like, if you work in some factory. But if you work kind of like a rage room desk job, like, oh, it's not really a desk job. I kind of do a lot of standing and watching, but all right, well, my tips are, they're really drying up here. I thought I'd have more. I guess my biggest thing was kind of just the when you're sick, you know what to do. That's probably enough, to be honest. For most of you, that's probably enough, because a lot of you are probably already using your days all wrong. Anyway, hope that helped some of you. Let me know down in the comments. And you know, I've never said this before, but hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying. If you've gotten this far, then you genuinely, what are you doing? Can you just subscribe? Because first of all, you watched this video all the way to the end, and there were some really boring parts in this video. Somewhere I didn't know what to say, and I'm just kind of saying nothing, and you still watched to the end. Okay? I don't care if you're on the toilet. I don't care if you're just, you alt-tabbed, all right? Now you have to subscribe, and you're thinking, I don't want to subscribe because honestly, I don't really want to see your videos on my feed. It's just going to be annoying. No, man, don't think that way. Okay? I don't even post that often, so they probably won't annoy you. And you know, one subscriber will make it. Okay, listen. Just do it, man. I don't want to peer pressure anyone, but you just got to do it. Sometimes you got to make risks, guys. You got to make risks, and this could be a risk in your eyes. That's fine. Just do it and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace. I almost did the no look goodbye there. Peace.